Hello and welcome to YNWA Transfer News, your ultimate source for all Liverpool FC transfer news. Our first news is this. Arne Slot told Mohamed Salah will be gutted after Liverpool transfer blow. Liverpool star Mohamed Salah will be gutted by two key summer transfer decisions, according to a former Reds striker. The Merseyside club made several high-profile signings during the transfer window, including a British record $125 million deal for Newcastle forward Alexander Isak on deadline day. They also secured Germany midfielder Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen in a deal worth up to 116 million. However, a 35 million bid for Crystal Palace captain Mark Guehi fell through at the last minute. Despite a hefty 450 million spending spree that has been well received by fans, ex-Liverpool frontman Dean Saunders believes Salah will be less than pleased with two particular moves. The first is the controversial departure of Trent Alexander-Arnold to Real Madrid, and the second is the decision to replace him with Jeremy Frimpong from Bayer Leverkusen for 29.5. Saunders suggests that Salah will miss his understanding with Alexander-Arnold on the pitch. Despite praising Frimpong's athleticism, he feels the Dutch international lacks the passing precision of his predecessor. Speaking on Liverpool legend John Aldridge's Aldo Meets podcast, Saunders said, "They lost Trent, which is a blow. If I was Salah, I'd be gutted because Trent's disguised passing is the best in the world. He doesn't even look sometimes, and Salah just knows where the ball is going. Every left-back Salah plays against, they know what he does. They know what he's good at, but they can't stop him. Somehow he gets in behind him because normally Trent will just flip one over the top without looking. I know Frimpong is a good signing. He'll never be as good on the ball as Trent, but he's a good athlete. How do you sign someone better than Trent? It's hard, isn't it?" Frimpong is currently sidelined after being substituted during Liverpool's 4-2 Premier League season opener against Bournemouth due to a hamstring problem. The injury meant the 24-year-old couldn't join the Netherlands squad, though he's anticipated to return for the Reds following the international break. Dominic Szoboszlai has been covering the right-back role in his absence, with Jamie Carragher, suggesting the Hungarian may have discovered his ideal position after finding it tough to make his mark as an attacking midfielder. Szoboszlai found the net for the Reds during their victory over Arsenal last weekend, unleashing a thunderous free kick from 30 yards out. Taking to social media following the match, Carragher wrote, 9 points from 9 is a great return for LFC after playing two of their toughest games that were both drawn last season. The back four was outstanding, VVD. Dom has found his position. Fullback suits him better than the attacking midfield role. Meanwhile, ex-Liverpool defender Glenn Johnson has cautioned Frimpong that he could also face stiff competition from Connor Bradley for a spot in Slot's starting lineup this season. I've seen Frimpong play a few times. Obviously, he likes to get forward. He'll be a good player that can help push and develop with Connor Bradley, he told the Liverpool Echo. Who will start the season, we don't know, but it's just good to always have two good players that are probably both capable of being in the XI. Alexander Isak issues blunt refusal as Liverpool fans forced to wait. Liverpool fans will have to wait to hear from new acquisition Alexander Isak ahead of Sweden's opening fixture of the international break. The forward, who sealed a club record, $125 million switch to Anfield on deadline day, is believed to have declined media opportunities before his nation's World Cup qualifier against Slovenia on Friday. Isak maintained a low profile throughout the summer whilst awaiting his transfer from Newcastle, though matters took a dramatic turn when he issued a damning statement regarding supposed broken promises. The move was delayed until the 11th hour, with the Magpies bringing in attackers Nick Woltemade and Johan Wissa during the window's closing stages. According to Swedish publication Fotbollskanalen, Sweden's press manager Petra Thorin confirmed Isak would not fulfill media obligations before the Slovenia clash. Thorin explained that the striker's delayed arrival with the international squad and his focus on match preparation contributed to this decision. The same outlet references ongoing dialogue between Isak and Sweden's media team. This suggests the possibility of Isak participating in press conferences later during the international window, though nothing has been confirmed. Sweden's clash with Slovenia forms part of a double-header as Jon Dahl Tomassen's squad kick off their World Cup qualifying journey. Switzerland complete the quartet in their group, with the table-toppers securing direct passage to the 2026 World Cup whilst the second-placed nation enters the playoff stage. Following his switch to Liverpool, Isak has addressed club media, revealing his motivations behind the move. It's a mixture of what the club is building, but what they're building on top of what the club already is. The history of the club, he said. Me getting the chance to be a part of this, I want to create history. I want to win trophies. That's ultimately the biggest motivation for me, and I feel like this is the perfect place for me to grow even further and to take my game to the next level and help the team as well. Liverpool's fresh number 9 hasn't featured in competitive action since May, when he completed the entire 90 minutes for Newcastle against Everton. The Magpies struggled without the 25-year-old, failing to secure victory in any of their opening 3 league fixtures this campaign, whilst Liverpool have claimed maximum points from 3 matches, including a thrilling 3-2 triumph over Newcastle at St. James's Park. Isak might be poised to make his Liverpool bow immediately following the international break, with Arne Slot's outfit traveling to face Burnley at Turf Moor on September 14th. His Anfield introduction could materialize 3 days later against Atletico Madrid in Liverpool's Champions League curtain raiser. CEO shares why he agreed Liverpool transfer after snubbing superior Newcastle United offer. Liverpool missed out on Mark Guehi on transfer deadline day, but Arne Slot has an exciting talent at his disposal in Giovanni Leone. Liverpool experienced delight and disappointment on transfer deadline day. Alexander Isak finally completed his move to Liverpool in the final hours of the window, bringing an end to quite the transfer saga. Isak is on board, but Liverpool missed out on signing Mark Guehi from Crystal Palace. The Eagles' defender looked set for a move to Anfield, but Oliver Glasner stood firm and blocked the move. Parma chief makes Giovanni Leone to Liverpool claim Liverpool eyed Guehi to offer strong competition for Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate in the heart of their back 4. Guehi could still end up at Anfield in 2026, but Arne Slot must press on with his current defensive options. That includes new Liverpool signing Giovanni Leone, who joined the Reds from Italian side Parma in August. The 18-year-old has shown major potential in Italy, and Liverpool may well call on him, having missed out on Guehi. Parma chief executive Federico Cherubini has now told Gazzetta di Parma that he never wanted to sell Leone this summer. In fact, Parma even rejected an offer from Newcastle United for Leone, and the Magpies offered a better deal than Liverpool. Cherubini didn't budge when Newcastle made their bid, but Leone was very interested in signing for Liverpool. Cherubini accepted a lesser bid from Liverpool, leaving him with mixed views on the defender's departure after just 1 year at Parma. I've always said that the club, along with the owners, wanted to keep Giovanni, and he's always said he'd be happy to stay, said Cherubini, as quoted by Parma Live. We even turned down an offer from Newcastle, which was more advantageous than the one Liverpool eventually made. When the Reds came forward, our plans changed, both because the offer was very attractive and because Giovanni made it clear he was very happy to take advantage of this opportunity. On the one hand, it's obviously disappointing to have lost such a promising player, but on the other, there's pride in a club like ours, and recognition for those who believed in this boy in unsuspecting times, when he'd only played a few games in Serie B, he added. Liverpool will be delighted with triple success over Newcastle United. The Isak saga means tensions between Liverpool and Newcastle have certainly risen. The two sides met in August, and St. James's Park was an absolute cauldron as Magpies fans created a hostile atmosphere. Much of the increased rivalry is down to Isak, who has effectively forced his way out of Newcastle in order to join Liverpool. Newcastle also wanted Hugo Ekitike, though, and the Frenchman also ended up at Liverpool. Add in Leone, and Liverpool will feel that they have secured 3 transfer wins over the Magpies this summer. Gennaro Gattuso has praised Leone, and he may be one for the future, but Liverpool will certainly believe in his potential to become a Premier League star after fending off Newcastle for his signature. New Alexander Isak conspiracy theory shows there are untold truths behind striker's Liverpool transfer. Anthony Gordon and Sven Botman's decision to go public and wish controversial former Newcastle star Alexander Isak all the best for the future suggests there are plenty of unspoken truths around his move to Liverpool, with 2 pundits explaining why all is not as it seems over the high-profile transfer. The Swede striker secured the move of his dreams on deadline, when the ongoing saga finally resulted in a blockbuster move to Anfield, and with Liverpool paying a British record fee of £124,167.5 for the 25-year-old star, with the move concluding one of the longest-running and toxic sagas in recent memory. Both clubs and player will finally be happy to put the saga to bed. However, Isak's move to Anfield remains a subject of intense scrutiny, and with the player effectively going on strike to force through the move, it has left Newcastle with a very bitter taste in their mouths. Indeed, this article here circulates some of the most vitriolic responses from their fan base in the wake of the announcement of his move to Anfield. As a result, it perhaps came as something of a surprise when both Botman and Gordon broke ranks, so to speak, to wish their former teammate well on his new ventures with Liverpool. Following confirmation of his exit, Newcastle defender Botman took to his Instagram story to share a picture of himself and the striker, alongside the message, "What started off as teammates growed into one of my rare best friendships. No more words needed, brother. All the best in your next chapter." Magpies winger Gordon, a boyhood Liverpool fan, then chimed in with his own message stating, "Regardless of the situation and what's gone on, it's been a pleasure to play with you. I wish you nothing but the best, brother." Both messages sparked instant disdain from Newcastle's fan base, given the way many felt Isak disrespected the club so much in his push to secure the move. That, though, only adds to conspiracy theories that all was not well behind the scenes for a long time at St. James's Park, and with our sister site, Football 365, this week detailing news of a likely falling out between the frontman and manager Eddie Howe. Alexander Isak. Pundits insist there's more to Newcastle exit, debating the issue on TalkSport and speculating over the wisdom and timing of Gordon and Botman's messages. Pundits Simon Jordan and Danny Murphy are also adamant that there is more to the Swedes' exit from St. James's Park that has been let on. Jordan started, as aired on the station on Wednesday, September 3rd, 11:12 a.m., by saying, "They think he is justified to do what he did, probably," to which Murphy replied, "Maybe they are both strong characters and they think, oh, I'll back my mate, so I can take some of the—" Former Crystal Palace chairman Jordan cut in, "Possibly, or maybe they think he has done nothing wrong. Or maybe they think that all the hysteria outside of the football club doesn't reflect the reality of what they know behind the scenes, which is more often the case." Murphy then replied and argued that perhaps Isak was being painted out to be the bad guy by those in charge at Newcastle, adding, "Maybe he has never refused to play. We don't know that. Eddie Howe has never said that he refused to play. Truth be told, it may take years, or we may never really learn the truth of what really went down over the last 6 weeks on Tyneside. While it is a fact that Isak refuses to travel on their pre-season tour of Asia, as exclusively first revealed by our transfer insider Fraser Fletcher, and it's also true that the player was asked to train away from the main group at St. James, Perhaps there is some truth in theories that Newcastle themselves perhaps felt the offer was too good to turn down, but ultimately did not want to portray themselves as either a selling club nor a team who were willing to cash in on their best player. Either way, there is certainly no harm in his former teammates wishing their pal the best wishes for the future. Liverpool latest. Isak agent speaks out. New plan for Guehi emerges. The future of Mark Guehi, meanwhile, has become a whole lot clearer after a report made two strong claims over the star's likely next move that affect both Crystal Palace and Liverpool. On the subject of Guehi, Michael, Owen has drawn an interesting comparison between the behavior of Isak and the Palace man, as the pair suffered mixed fortunes in securing deadline day transfers to Liverpool. And, for once, there is a worrying element of truth in what the pundit is saying. Turning focus back to Isak, the player's agent, Vlado Lemic, has risked further fallout with Newcastle after posting a 24-word statement message after his client completed a British record transfer move to Liverpool on Monday. Thank you for watching. Like and comment, subscribe.